Everybody, it's your old Aunt Fob from Brooklyn again, and today we're going to put handles on this chest of drawers, so in case you wanted to open it someday, you could, if it were a real chest of drawers. There's a zillion ways you can do this. I'm going to show you the easiest ones, or the ones I think are the easiest ones. Anyway, let's get started. Notice I'm in object mode, and I'm going to make my handles as separate objects. Otherwise, moving them and scaling them will mess with the stuff I've already done. So I'm going to add, this is the easiest and possibly the most fun one. I'm going to add a mesh, and the one I want is icosphere. Why do I want this? Because when I color it, I can make it glass and shiny, and I like shiny. So here, I'm just going to press S and scale it down. I think we've already done this. Scale it down a little bit more, and it should have, I'm looking at it from the back now. It should have a way to stick it in the drawer. So I'm gonna go to edit mode, select, hold on a second, screencast key so you can see what I'm doing, right? I'm gonna select faces, these ones. And I'm gonna pull them out. And just to make it look a little nice, I'm going to do S, Y, 0. Did I need to do that? Probably not. You're not going to see it, but hey. And then go back to object mode. Grab this, pull it up, and stick it on a drawer. And go, oi, that's way too big. And you would be right. So S to scale it down to what you might think is a reasonable size, whatever size you want that to be. Stick it where you want it. You can see this little line, you can tell how far in it goes or how far out it sticks. And there's a drawer. Very easy. Or, say you want something like this, but you want it all round and smooth and nice. Object, add, UV sphere. The difference between a UV sphere is, you see, this is much smoother. Now, this is made up of segments this way and rings this way. You probably don't need all of these, so let's go and make 16 here and 8 this way. I'm going to now turn this over 90 degrees. Now you can eyeball this, or you can just go here when the rotate thing comes up and type 90. Now this, you can leave faceted like this, or if you want to get really fancy, you can go to Object, Shade, and Shade Smooth. Ain't that pretty? Now, I usually don't find these things to be quite this round, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go get my scale tool, and I'm going to scale it more ovally like that. You can still see some facet type things. If you want to get rid of those, you got to either leave it as it was or add even more polygons. And, you know, anyway. I'm going to move this out here, go to edit mode, select all of these things. Now, if I was really smart, what I would have done is C, circle select, put it over the edges of all of these, and just click. And now I've got all of them. E, there you go. That looks all right. Go back to object mode. And yeah, that's a bit big too. So I'll scale that down and move it to where I'm going to want it. Somewhere over the rainbow. And put it on there. And there's another one. And, you know, since these are separate objects, you can move it over here, you can move it down there, you could put it wherever you want. You could make it a little smaller, because I don't know why, but it looks like it needs to be. And there you go. Now, if you want something you could actually get your hands on, add, mesh, a cube. What are you going to do with that cube? I am going to get my scale it down this way, and scale it down that way. Actually, no, I'm going to scale it down completely, say, that way. I'm going to go to edit mode, grab some of these, and I'm going to make 1, 2, 3, 4. Just keep adding them until you get what looks like a square. That'll do. And then go back to move, take out the middle ones. Now, if I was making a straight handle, yeah, I'd take out all the middle ones. If I wanted to make something a little fancier, I'd grab the very center one, or 2, and I'd go here. This is proportional editing mode, and what it does is it doesn't just move the things you picked, it moves everything else next to it in a radius you define. So once I grab that handle, you'll see what that radius is, and I pull it out a little bit, and that's nice, right? Now I'm going to grab there, and there, and E them out. And we have another kind of handle. Object mode, scale it down, move it the way you want it, stick it on there. Well, you know, you get the message. And it's too big, so you scale it down, make it nice and comfy looking, you stick it in there to where you want it, you put it down. And that's one more. Now, if you decide, well, I don't like it, it's got hard edges, it's going to hurt my hands. Okay, well, I'll show you what you can do about that. Again, go to Object, Shade Smooth. This is kind of funky, but it's a cheap way to get rid of those curves. You can do this one more different way that I'm going to show you, and I think that'll be it for this video because they take forever to upload, and you're probably already bored if you're smart. Anyway, add mesh. Oh, let's use a cylinder. And I think we'll do a cylinder with 6 sides. That's good. Now I am going to rotate this cylinder by grabbing this green bar, 90, degrees. Now here I'm going to get a little tricky, so pay attention. Scale it out to more or less what you want. Then go to edit mode. By the way, you don't have to go up here to change from object to edit. You can just type tab. Tab, 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 tab. There you go. Now I'm going to grab this face. I'm going to go to rotate. I'm going to rotate this 45 degrees. It got skinny. Yes, it got skinny. I'm going to grab this and rotate this side. Minus 45 degrees. Then I'm going to, I have that side selected. I have this side selected. And I look at it and I go, you know, that's too short. So I'm going to make it a little, yeah, that's better. Now I've got those. Go to move, extrude, there, and just for pretty, S, Y, because you want it perpendicular to this line, right? 0. What did I just do? I took it away. Oops. Control Z, S, Y, 0. Ta-da! Isn't that nice? And yeah, these could be, yeah, that is kind of fat, isn't it? Okay, so we'll select the A to select all. And just keep typing A until you get everything, because it'll deselect anything that's selected first, and then it selects the whole thing. Alt S, and skinny eyes. No, ooh, I don't like the way that's working. But anyway, that's good enough. Okay, I'll live with that. And now I'm going to grab this line by choosing line, Alt, select that line, Shift, Alt, select that line, and back to our good friend, Control B for bevel, and you know, you can leave it at 2, you can add another one, you can add zillions if you really want to, but I'm gonna leave it there. Now for this one, if you go back to object mode, object, shade smooth, that's a little better. You know, and there's plenty more ways you can make these and fancy them up to your heart's content, but I think this is going to do it for this video. Now I'm going to scale it down. I just clicked 1, bring it over, bring it down, click 3, pull it in to where you want it. Still kind of big, but you can see the difference between that 6 sides and 4 sides make here. And there you are. In the next video, I'm going to show you how to put some colors on this and make it a little more cool. Hang in there.